Welcome back to Death Toll Racing. We are back on the tracker again. I got a really simple upgrade to our already upgraded intake. So we had our Snorkel already installed in the last episode, and then I finally got a part that I've been kind of wanting, and I'm going to show you that now. So what this is a dust separator. These are a much better intake topper than the Snorkel, which then pointing forwards is basically catching every bug you could possibly catch and then putting it right into your air cleaner. And then if you turn it around, it just looks kind of dumb. And then also if you're going through mud or anything else or water's spraying up, you're going to have it turned around the other way. I don't like those as much, so I like these a lot better. These are actually a separator, and it's a mechanical. They're quite ingenious, and you find them on mining equipment and tractors and that type of thing. They're pretty cool little setups, so I'm going to show you here right now. In fact, the JCB tractor we have on this channel has this exact same unit on it. I believe it's even the same size. So what it does is it actually disturbs the air on the way in and causes it to spiral. And then when it goes up, it hits the top of this lid, and you see how it's shaped. It actually makes the particles and everything will hit the top of this and fall down into the outside here and it'll actually build up. And that seems like it's like some hocus pocus miracle stuff, but it actually works. I have to take on that backhoe, if I'm working in a very dusty environment, this will fill up to here with dust in a matter of a week. It'll fill all the way up, and I'll have to pour it out, and it even has the instructions on pouring it out. They do work, and they're quite ingenious, and they work great with a Snorkel. So we're going to go ahead and put this on there. Unfortunately, this is where the drawback kind of comes in. This Snorkel, in our situation on this tracker, is it's under 3-inch. So I bought a 3-inch Snorkel, and that's like 2 3/4, so it's kind of a big gap to fill by just squeezing the clamp on it. It'll do it, but the problem is this clamp is so wide that it's pulling on the area that isn't actually slit. And I don't really want to pull too hard up here because it'll just break. So we're not going to use this clamp. The other option you could have if you don't have another clamp is to use this clamp and actually have it hanging down a little bit. That may work. But what we're going to use is the clamp that came with that Snorkel. And we're going to see if that'll squeeze it hard enough. This one just slide off because we never tightened it super tight. All right, so now that this was actually a 5/16 hose clamp. I thought it was a metric one, but it wasn't. Let's see if this will tighten it without feeling like we're going to break something. Yeah, it's working pretty good. I think this will be all right. Oh yeah, that's on there good. All right, guys, let's do some real-world testing. I'm going to rev it, and I'm going to just toss a handful of debris at the bottom of it, just like if you're in the woods and you got leaves and everything else. So now you can see the parts swirling like it's in a vacuum. And those will stay in that outside. We can throw some more in there. All right, guys, so that is something I like to put on snorkels. They're really cool. They actually look kind of cool once they're installed, especially if you're like a construction guy and you always see the tractors running around. That is the same thing that's on a tractor. There is another style, though. I'm going to go show you that one real quick. I have one on the Ram, and it's actually provided by AEV, but it's not theirs. I believe it's called a Sy-Klone. Let's go take a look at it, and I'll show you, and I'll kind of explain how that works. All right, here we're driving it now, so you can kind of, maybe you can hear what it sounds like. They sound pretty cool. I think it actually makes more sound come in the cab of the tracker. So maybe as a daily driver, no, it's not too loud. Considering everything else we've done with this thing. I'm driving up gravel roads right now, This is a new DJI, I think it's the DJI stability camera. It has like a gyro on it. It works pretty good. It's kind of impressive. All right, we're here. Turn this off. Tracker's still cold, so it has that high idle that we're going to address on this thing a little later. Oh, the track that's on this side. All right, so I flip it around, and this is the other style of separator, dirt separator. So this style will actually just dump it basically straight down. And unfortunately, if it is really light dust, it will keep picking up the same dust and dropping it back down over and over and over again. But they work really well. Hopefully you can see that. I believe it's called a Sy-Klone, and now once I can review the video, I will maybe confirm or change my mind on what it's called. But what this one does is this one will actually, or it has a fan in there that is powered by the intake, and so it's kind of like a turbo, except the intake is doing the spinning instead of the exhaust causing the spinning. And it spins, and it actually mechanically separates, so it's actually whacking the dirt out of the air, coming out to the outside, and then falling back down. And then it has like a bunch of special shape in there to make that all happen and work good. These ones are very, very pricey. That is the problem. They're also very large. This one's bigger, obviously, because it's 6.7 Cummins. But that's the one that it's optional from AEV. You don't have to have that top. But I always opt for them because I did used to build mining equipment and stuff, and so I was a little bit familiar with those already, and I always thought they were pretty fascinating. Wrong button. Let's push this button. That about wraps it up, and it's kind of fun little snorkel day on the tracker. Hopefully this doesn't screw up my algorithms, because that was a very short video. But anyway, thanks for watching, and Austin, smash that subscribe button.